Hi everybody, Alex here, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys the build that I got my first level 99 in the Season 5 of Diablo 2 Resurrected. If you want to support me, make sure you like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn the bell. I will also be doing a video about each and every 99s I got along the way, and this is gonna be the first of them. So this is our boa zone. It's a freezing arrow Amazon, so it's wielding an ice bow. I made this ice bow a matriarchal bow because this is easier to reach higher breakpoints of attack speed. But if you don't have an ice bow, it requires a lot of high runes. You can also be using a Wizen Draw. The Wizen Draw is a long battle bow unique. It is kind of common to get or trade, and it will also have the less enemy to cold resistance. That will increase a lot of your freezing arrow damage. This one I made an ice bow in matriarchal bow and got me all the way through the end game. In the helmet I'm using a Nightwing's Veil. It's with a 5/5 facet. You could also use a 15 IAS jewel with 15 all resist jewel, or you could use like a rune if you miss resistance. The Nightwing's Veil really nice. In the amulet, I'm using a Mara's Kaleidoscope. The reason why I chose the Mara's is because I wanted to maximize the amount of skills, extra skills that I was getting. I tested with a few charms of cold damage to see if my freezing arrow would be dealing more damage, but I found out that it was better for me to increase the maximum to all skill as possible, right? So Maras provide a lot of all resist and also attributes. You could also be using a High Lord if you want to try reaching a higher breakpoint. Or you can use like a rare amulet or a crafted amulet with +2 Amazon skills and resistances and stuff. I chose the Maras because it was easier for me to get going on the start of the ladder. It was more accessible, right? In the armor, I'm using a Chains of Honor Dust Shroud. This is a very nice armor in order for you to fix your resistances. So here, as you can see, my resistances are maxed because the Chains of Honor, right? Like you could try to make a build like this with Jeweler's Armor of the Whale and put like 5/5 facets to increase even further the damage and the elemental penetration in resistances. But I believe that the Chains of Honor is the easiest way for you to max your resistance up to the max. It also has the +2 all skills, which is great, some physical damage reduction. It's a very complete armor. You can also use Enigma if you like the mobility of Enigma. It's also great. Enigma has Magic Find, a lot of life, a lot of strength, but I chose the Chains of Honor mostly because resistances, as you can see if I remove it. In the gloves, I'm using a 220 gloves with attack speed and +2 bow. It has strength and double resists. You can have one with dexterity. What it really matters is the 220. You can also use a magic one with 320, right? If you get your hands on a magic gloves with +3 bow and 20 attack speed, that would be nice. If you don't have it or if you don't find it yet, you can use some with like attack speed, you know, his resistances if you need. If you're in the early stage of the build and you're just leveling, you can just pick any gloves with resist or attack speed, anything that will help you on your journey. The ring, I'm using a Raven Frost. The belt is a Razor Tail. The other ring is a Mana Leech with some resistances. This could be better, but it was what I got in the early ladder. After I got to 99, I didn't really thought about upgrading this, right? The boot is a 30 faster run walk, 10 faster hit recovery with double res. I could get like a better one as well with maybe triple res. You could also use like Aldurs if you don't have another boot, or any boot that you find along your way, right? In the offhand, I chose to use the Harmony Bow. The Harmony Bow will give you a Vigor Aura. Vigor Aura will make you run faster, right? So it's really great for you to have mobility. If you use Enigma, you can put a Wizard Spike in the offhand and a Spirit Shield, right? Since I was using Chains of Honor, every character that I have that I don't have Enigma, if I use a Jeweler's mod a Jeweler's Armor of Whale, or if I use a Chains of Honor, if I use anything and it's not a Sork, I always try to use an Harmony Bow so I can move faster. Here in the charms we have a Hellfire Torch, Cold Rupture, a bunch of crossbows, bows and crossbows with life, a lot of resistance charms to cap our resistance up, and an Annihilus. In the stats here, I put strength until I use all my items, dexterity until I use all my items as well, and the rest of the points in vitality. In the skill tree here, as you can see, I don't pick anything in javelin. After all, this is a bow zone, right? I max out cold arrow, ice arrow, and freezing arrow. That's like the synergies for freezing arrow, right? And then the rest of the points, I put 1 point until I get pierce. With level 1 pierce, I got 100% chance combined with the Razor Tail. It's 75 and then the Razor Tail has 33. The rest of the points I split between dodge, avoid, and evade. So as you can see here, dodge is level 18 base, so I could get 60% dodge. Avoid, I got 67% chance at level 13 base, and evade 59. In my opinion, dodge and avoid is better for hardcore because in case you disconnect, your character will be standing still. So evade is only gonna work when your character is moving. So I prefer to invest more points in dodge and avoid for that reason. The mercenary, I'm using an Infinity Giant Thrasher, Cure Helmet, and then Chains of Honor. The reason why I use Chains of Honor over Fortitude in many of my mercs now is because the Cure Helmet will provide him with the Cleansing Aura that will help you remove curses, remove poisons and everything. And then to get some life leech, we gotta use the Chains of Honor. You can also pick Andariel's Visage with Fortitude, it's also nice. And the Infinity will provide us the Conviction Aura. The Merc, I picked the Might one, it will help with the physical part of my damage. Okay guys, so here I'm gonna showcase the build for you guys. This is a Players 8 game. I'm gonna be doing this Bale run to show you guys the build. There's some cold immune monsters in Bale usually, so this will be interesting. I was also like trying to always be positioning myself in a way that when I shoot one monster, it would pierce through and hit the monsters behind it, like in a straight line. I really wish that this ability had extra arrows, right? Like every 5 levels we would gain 1 extra arrow, because it's a little bit annoying after a while to have to aim for all these monsters. But it's a very fun build at the same time that it gets annoying fast because of the aiming part. It also is very fun because all the mobs that gets shattered, right? So when you shoot them, they just get shattered and the sound is very pleasing. Ooh, Fanaticism pack, and I have killed them. I was gonna say I have the Creepfy on, so that was sketchy. But yeah, like this is a fun build. But the problem with it is the part where you have to keep aiming, right? It's still playable, as you can see in Players 8, right? I have 8 of my loaders here with me. And it has power to clean, like, the Players 8 games. It's not like a Mosaic Assassin strong, but it's playable, right? The main issue I had with it was the aim part. It's not even the damage, right? So I think the damage is alright. I only wish we had more arrows, so that we could just not aim as much. That would make a lot more comfortable. But if you like bows, this is like a really good PVM bow build. She's very tanky as well. As you can see, she's very, very beefy. Because all the dodge, evade, avoid that we have makes her very, very beefy. I have Amplify in my head, and I'm gonna kill this. Yeah, this is sketchy. That's why I like using the cleansing. You see how I already removed the Merc, already removed my Amplify. So that's why I prefer to use the cleansing aura in the Merc. That's why usually now after they release this cleansing helmet, the Cure, I am using more Chains of Honor in the Mercs than I am using Fortitude. But the Fortitude makes him deal a lot of more damage. But as you can see, I don't really miss damage in this build. It's more the part of positioning yourself in a way that you shoot and you pierce through all of them, right? So you gotta position yourself in a way that sometimes it's not possible, but you gotta position yourself in a way that you can shoot most of them at a time. Because it's like the Pierce also shotguns, right? So the closer the monsters are in a pack, and then you pierce through all of them. Imagine like my fingers are monsters, right? And then the arrow pierces and explode. Pierces, explode, pierces, explode. Every time it pierces some monster, it explodes. So the more closer the monsters are, the more the shotgun effect will be, right? That's the same for the Demon Machine. And that's why it's better to have sometimes a group of monsters than having one monster alone, right? For example, bosses, right? Bosses, this build is really bad for bosses because of that reason. But as long as they are like lined up like this, they will just melt, you know? Even in Players 8. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone that watched the video until here. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna have a lot of other 99 builds coming next. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell to be notified once those videos come out. Don't forget to like, share with your friends if you want to support my work. Thank you very much, and I see you in the next one.